guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to video number 8 in the 30 videos in 30 days challenge. But now it's not 30 videos in 30 days because I missed yesterday. I'm sorry. I was having a very bad day. I'll just tell you, I got my period yesterday and it was like so bad. It was like something from The Shining. But I'm feeling a bit better today. Still a bit shitty, but I'm here. I'm kind of hungry, so I think I might go and make myself something more to eat. I did just eat my lunch, but you know what the rules are at this time of month. You can do whatever you want and you don't get fat. Just go with it. And then I think I might do my hair and shoot a video for you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am fed and happier now. So today basically what I wanted to talk about was why I buy cruelty-free beauty products and why I think everyone should buy cruelty-free beauty products and which products are cruelty-free. As I've mentioned before, I am vegan. I really love animals. I'm vegan because I really care about animals and I believe that animals should have rights and a voice as well. But I really do believe, even if I wasn't vegan, that the right thing to do is to not harm animals for beauty products. I mean, okay, some of you might be able to make the argument for medication and testing on animals. I'm not going to agree with you on that, and I don't really want to get into a debate over that. That's not what this video is about. But beauty products, like, where is the justification in that? I really don't see that. I don't see why we should test things like toothpaste, shampoo, lipstick, mascara, hairspray, all that kind of stuff should not be tested on animals. And what exactly are they putting in it that they need to test it on animals anyway? Like, if they don't think it's safe, don't put that shit in the stuff that we're putting on our faces and on our hair and on our body. Your skin is porous. It takes in the stuff that you put on it. You should be putting good things on your body. So, what does it mean to be cruelty-free? Okay, the difficult thing these days is that everyone is putting cruelty-free or no animal testing on their products. Unfortunately, that's not always true. For example, I am in France and the EU has a law that says that no products may be sold here, no beauty products that are tested on animals in the EU. So what that means is the companies don't personally test the products. They buy products from other companies or chemicals from other companies that have been tested on animals, and then they put them in their products and then they sell them here. For example, L'Oreal is sold here everywhere. Sephora sells their makeup that Sephora tests on animals. L'Oreal definitely, despite the fact that Ellen is the face of L'Oreal, it's actually not a vegan brand. So there's some examples of big makeup brands who managed to get through the loopholes, claim that they're cruelty-free, but they're actually not. The other difficult thing is there are a lot of companies that are legitimately cruelty-free, they don't test on animals, but they sell their products in China, and China has mandatory animal testing, which means that China independently tests any makeup coming into its country on animals. That's why a lot of companies have boycotted selling in China. Now, brands like MAC that claim to be cruelty-free knowingly sell their stuff in China. They have this theory that if they're in the market over there, they'll have much more effect in being able to change the laws in China, which I think is bullshit. They just want to make money. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. By boycotting China altogether and not selling your products there, it's a huge market. People want the products. So if the products stop being available because the country insists on testing on animals, they're going to change their way so that they actually have some products coming in. Otherwise, they're going to lose all this international trade. So I personally don't buy any products that are sold in China. It's different if they're made in China, because if they're made in China but not sold there, they don't necessarily have to be tested on animals. So some companies might make their products there, which makes it a bit complicated. But you can find websites, and I'll link them down below, that explain to you which products are cruelty-free and which ones are sold in China. What makes something cruelty-free? So for me, if something is cruelty-free, I'm talking animal cruelty-free, because there's also the debate of like whether or not the people who are making the products are also being looked after well. So that's a separate issue. I'm not personally going to go into that. Maybe I will down the track in another video, but it's not a topic I know a lot about, so I'm not going to talk about it. That's why. I don't want to be putting the wrong information out there. It's not that I'm not interested. I am, but I have to do a lot more research into it. But for me, if something is cruelty-free or vegan makeup, it doesn't have any animal products in it, because to me the concept of no cruelty to animals, not tested on animals, also should mean that you shouldn't be taking the product from the animals, because the process of taking things from animals, whether it be lanolin from sheep, whether it be beeswax from bees, all involves cruelty to animals. Therefore I don't see how the product can be cruelty free if it has animal products in it. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Now, some people don't really understand why something like lanolin from sheep's wool is bad or why beeswax is bad. Most lipsticks from companies that have a no animal testing policy, like say Besame, which is a fantastic brand and has a lot of vegan products, but its lipsticks do have beeswax in it. The reason I have a problem with beeswax is because the process of taking the wax and the honey, and I don't eat honey for the same reason, from the bees actually involves smoking the bees out, and sometimes they use chemicals, but sometimes if they're being kind to them, they just use smoke, which is obviously awful and is suffocating the bees. But also when they take the hives out and put them back in again, they actually crush a lot of the bees that are in the hive. So lots of bees die in the process. And no one hears about this, no one talks about it. I will put a link below to a video that actually explains how honey is collected and how beeswax is collected. And then you'll get a better idea of why vegans don't eat honey. Because I also personally believe that when it comes to animals, they don't produce things, particularly bees, like they don't put all that hard work in to have someone take the gains away. Like, imagine if you worked a 40-hour-a-week job, you worked your butt off, and then your boss literally only gave you enough money to pay your rent. You didn't get all of your pay, it was only like half your pay. You'd be pissed off. You'd be really angry and you'd think it's a huge injustice. Then why is it okay to do that to bees? I don't understand how we have a different set of rules for us and for animals. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, same with lanolin, which comes from sheep's wool. The process of shearing sheep is actually very traumatic for sheep, and they do often get injured and cut and hurt, and they get really badly frightened. I don't think they should go through that just for our benefit, and especially not just so that we can put something in our lip balm. Like, no. So that's what I say when I say cruelty free. I mean vegan products. I only buy vegan products. Now, I will talk about some companies that sell cruelty free and vegan products, and please be aware some of these companies are entirely vegan and some of them have vegan products but aren't entirely vegan. Like Besame will be on this list. It's a fantastic reproduction vintage makeup line, and all of their pressed powders and blushes etc. are vegan. It's just their lipsticks that are not. So whether you buy them or not is completely up to you. I personally don't buy them. I'm about to list a whole bunch of companies, some of which I have actually used the products from, and others which I have discovered and will be slowly working my way through, but you know, you gotta have money to buy those things and I can't buy them all at once, so over the years I will try them out. So first of all are the products that I use on a regular basis, which I would highly recommend and think are really good. For example, I use the company Tarte, which is a company that not everything is vegan, but a lot of their products are vegan. For example, I've used their mascara in the past, which is really good. I currently use their blush, I currently use their concealer and their foundation. Urban Decay, just about everything. I have a feeling maybe everything that they produce is vegan, I'm pretty sure. And I have their concealer and their foundation as well, which I use for my summer colour when I have a bit more of a tan than I do right now. They also do really great, like all the naked palettes that you see people reviewing all the time on YouTube. They come from Urban Decay. I'm using Urban Decay's mascara at the moment and their bronzer. They're just a really, really good company. Marc Jacobs Beauty is really good. I use their primer at the moment, their makeup primer. Just be aware that the perfume company sells in China, so they're not vegan, Marc Jacobs perfume, but Marc Jacobs Beauty products is actually a separate company, even though it all comes under the Marc Jacobs label, it's actually a separate company. I also use Kat Von D, fantastic line, and I would highly recommend that. Pretty much every lipstick I ever wear is from her. And I use her tattoo liner as well, her eyeliner. But she makes lots of other really good products. I have Jeffree Star, does fantastic liquid lipsticks that I've used. He's got lots of other products as well, but I've used his liquid lipsticks that are great. And then there's also a whole plethora of other companies too, which I will list now. So there's a few that I follow on Instagram because I'm really intrigued and would like to try their products. So I'll tell you what they are. A company that I hear about all the time that is supposed to be really fantastic and I'm hoping to purchase very soon is the Balm. Now, they're supposed to be like a high-end makeup line, but actually the price compared to something like Urban Decay or Tarte or Kat Von D is actually quite a lot cheaper. So yeah, check out the Balm. You just have to read the ingredients. All of these websites almost always have a frequently asked questions section where they tell you which products are vegan. So if you just go on the website, it will tell you what isn't vegan. And hopefully the company's telling the truth. You can check on PETA as well, PETA. There's a brand called Pretty Zombie Cosmetics on Instagram that looks really interesting to me. They just do liquid lipstick and the colours are really amazing. They've got some sparkly ones, they've got like purple and a sparkly green as well. Not necessarily vintage, like they have got some colours that you could use for a vintage look, but they've also just got some really cool colours that would work for gothic or rockabilly looks too. Sugarpill, which is another like super poppy, like bright colours, really heavily pigmented makeup brand from Los Angeles. And I've seen some really great reviews about their stuff online, so I'd be interested to check them out. And I really like the look of the colours of their liquid lipsticks. They've got like some metallic shades and some sparkly shades, and sometimes they like to kind of mix it up, like do a completely retro look but then have like sparkly red lips or something, which I think looks really cool. So I would check them out. And they've got some pinky orangey everyday wear colours, which I think look really, really good. And their packaging is really, really cute. They've kind of taken on like Hello Kitty kind of look. Then there's a company called Pretty Serious Cosmetics. Now, it's actually really hard to get vegan nail polish because a lot of the colours that produce like pink and red come from carmine, and carmine, believe it or not, is actually crushed up bugs from the Amazon. And when I say crushed up bugs, I mean like thousands, hundreds of thousands of them. So not only is it detrimental to the Amazon because they've got to go and get the bugs and destroy the forest, but also they're killing lots of bugs. And I know like there are vegans out there who don't care about insects. They don't count insects as animals. But to me personally, like, they count. Any living thing counts, and I don't think we should be killing things in order to paint our nails. It's just, why? So this company is called Pretty Serious Cosmetics. They're actually Australian, yeah, and it's all vegan, and some of their colors look really, really super cool. I'd go and check them out on Instagram. You'll see the colors, like, it looks really cool. So Pretty Serious Cosmetics. Then there is Too Faced. Oh my god, there are so many Too Faced products I want. They're actually pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but it's something I would definitely like to invest in. I really want to get hold of the peach eyeshadow palette, which smells like peaches. I just like pawn over it at Sephora every time I go because it looks so beautiful. But they've got so many wonderful products, and they are available at Sephora in Europe as well. They don't have their own section. They're almost always just in the little kind of featured products section. So look for Too Faced. That is a cruelty-free brand. I think not everything in the Too Faced range is vegan, so you do have to check on their website for which products are vegan. Now, Anastasia Beverly Hills, most of their stuff is vegan. And they do obviously really fantastic brow products, but they have branched out into some other products as well that are supposed to be really good, like their eyeshadows and their blushes and things are supposed to be phenomenal. And apparently their bronzer is really good. So worth checking out. Now this is a brand I'm really intrigued by. I'm really into liquid lipsticks. It's called Dose of Colors, and they do liquid lipsticks in a bunch of really amazing shades, and they have got heaps of different like pink and peach and nude shades that are all variants of each other, which I think look really cool. And then they've got some deep pinks, some kind of mulberry colors, some dark browns, and some dark reds, which I love the look of, and apparently they're awesome and the swatches look really, really good, so I'm dying to get my hands on some of those. Then, of course, in terms of drugstore cheap brands, NYX. I've only just bought one product from them, which is their Butter Lip Gloss in like a peachy sort of colour. And so far, that's been really, really good. I really like the product. It doesn't dry my lips or taste weird or seem like a bad product. It stays really well, especially considering that it's a lip gloss. So NYX seems very, very good. And I did buy some of their lashes, which I'm going to try out as well. But like a lip gloss is like €5. Their lashes were under €7. Like, they're pretty cheap, which is great, and they have lots of different products for you to go and try, so check them out. Lunatick Cosmetic Labs. These are vegan as well, and they just look really cool. They've got some liquid lipstick too. They've got some eyeshadow palettes with like really cool brightly coloured matte colours, which are actually really hard to come across. Like, often bright colours have got sparkles or shimmer in them, so I'm really intrigued because they have matte, super bright pop kind of colours, which I think would be really cool for doing 60s looks, so I would be intrigued and want to go and try some of those. There is a company called Melt. I didn't get them up for some reason. Melt Cosmetics. It's another one that does liquid lipsticks that I'm really interested in trying. I'm always wanting to just swatch different liquid lipsticks and see how they show up, and they've got really, really cool lipstick, this normal lipstick collection with a huge variety of shades, which I peruse on a regular basis on Instagram. So that's just a few that you can check out, guys. It goes to show that there are heaps out there. In terms of nail polish as well, because I know that is tricky to do, but there's a brand called Zola that you can check out, and there is also a brand called Butter Nails. Another drugstore brand that you can look into is Sleek Cosmetics from the UK. They have an eyeshadow palette that's like £10 that I would really like to get. That's going to be my next purchase because it has a huge variety of colours in it. You can pick your shades. They have like preset shades or you can pick them. And for £10, like, you really can't go wrong. That's such a great price. And I've heard that their pigment is really, really good. So there you go, guys. I hope the video was helpful. If you have any questions about cruelty-free or vegan makeup, or you want me to elaborate on anything, let me know. If you know any brands that I might like, particularly like drugstore brands that are cruelty-free and vegan, please tell me. I'm always wanting to hear about those. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and come back tomorrow for another video in the 30 videos in 30 days challenge. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
There goes a sight from my soul.